Now, we go our own way on Up North at 4, and they haven't taken us off the air yet. Jeff and I will start with a recap of our antics this weekend, including a new trail I explored. Then we'll head down to Antigo and start this week's tour of the Langlade County Historical Museum. We'll get to all of that in a bit, but first, here's your top 4 at 4. This morning, we learn of a police chase that started in Lincoln County and ended all the way in Minnesota. A deputy tried to stop a vehicle on County Road D near Highway 51 for an equipment violation. This led to a chase, and eventually the suspect crashed into a tree but was able to flee on foot. But stay with me here. A few hours later, a vehicle was stolen in eastern Lincoln County and found all the way down south in Adams County, where another vehicle was stolen. Later that evening, this stolen Adams County vehicle was found all the way in Minnesota with the original suspect driving it. Charges are pending in multiple counties for the man, a 28-year-old from southeast Wisconsin. Fathers and kids enjoyed a day of fishing at Town Line Lake Park in Rhinelander yesterday. The first 25 kids received a free fishing pole for the inaugural Father's Day fishing event at Town Line. And you may remember this park was in jeopardy of being sold by Oneida County, but a group who call themselves the Friends of Town Line Lake Park made a case not to sell it. And now they're trying to spread awareness of the recreational opportunities there, partially through events like this one. The Gleason Area Lions Club hosted their 34th annual tractor pull this weekend. Gleason is located in between Merrill and Rhinelander on Highway 17, and a tractor pull sounds pretty much like what it is. It's pretty much pulling bigger and bigger weights with the tractor. There was also a pancake breakfast and a flea market. Money raised from the event goes toward local first responders and scholarships. We all found a way to stay busy during the pandemic. That includes the Lee Yawkey Woodson Art Museum in Wausau. Staff members there started a We Build workshop. That's we with 2 E's. So staff recreated a miniature museum complete with mini art, mini people, mini everything. The entire project has been turned into an exhibit at the Art Museum, which is open Tuesday through Sunday. Chief Meteorologist Jeff Weller joins us now from the beach. It seems kind of chilly day to be on the beach though, Jeff.
Hey Dan, yeah, happy Monday. Well, today is the first full day of summer, 15 hours and 42 minutes of daylight today. We're under a thing called seasonal lag though, so our average high temperature today is 77. It goes up actually to 79 before coming back down as the sun's most direct rays now are on the Tropic of Cancer, which is 23.5 degrees north of the equator, thus giving the northern hemisphere the sun's most direct rays, thus giving me a beach day. This water feels very comfortable. A great day for the beach if you're in Florida, not across the Northwoods today with temperatures back in the 50s or so. It's been a pretty chilly day across the area. And don't forget though, this morning, we all saw rain down here at the Earth's surface, right? But measured just 3,000 to 4,000 feet up, it was snowing. Yeah, it's snowing. And we'll have lows tonight down near 40. But overall, our beach day today is kind of a bust, but still, there's a bit of sunshine out there right now. Check out these temperatures. We're at 56 in Rhinelander, so not very beachy at all, right? But we're going to work on that as warmer temperatures are in the forecast, and they are not so far away. It's a little windy today, too, so we're making waves on the beaches. Minocqua saw a wind gust near 31, Antigo 30. So a little bit windy with temperatures in the 50s. Does not feel like the first day of summer, as you know. But again, warmer temperatures are on the way. In fact, look at the trend going forward. 65 tomorrow, but then right back in the 70s, if not even a couple low 80s in there, probably Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Again, the average high is 77. It goes up to 79 a couple of weeks from now before we start falling back. But right now, our longest daylight hours are 15 hours and 42 minutes. Enjoy that while we can. All right, so here we go today. Yeah, clouds this morning, some drizzle up there, some heavier showers as well. Remember, up here where the clouds are, it was snowing earlier this morning, but that melted on the way down with temperatures in the 40s. 40s and 50s today. We're going to have warmer temperatures, though, on the way, but just not for tonight. So here's the radar, and there's a couple instability showers to the west of us. Now, again, the air above us is very cold, so you heat up the Earth's surface, that air begins to rise, it hits the dew point in the atmosphere, you get a couple showers out of that. That's happening across western Wisconsin now. It's going to be tough to get those into the Northwoods, but still, a couple of you could see a couple sprinkles tonight. And then we're into some good weather for a day or two, followed by some more rain getting in here Thursday into Friday, as there is a system far off to the west of us now that could give us some rain showers on Thursday, followed by much better weather for the weekend. So our forecast then for tonight, though, is cooling off quickly with low temperatures down near 40. Your full forecast at 5 o'clock.
Kick off summer at the Crandon International Raceway, June 26th and 27th. Catch the world's biggest on the biggest stage. Go online to reserve your tickets today.
He may do it. He's going to do it. It's Dressel. Holy smoke. She found a way to get on this team. She is going to the Olympics.
This season has been dominated by teenage rookies.
I won American Ninja Warrior Jr.
He is the greatest of all time. This kid is the real deal. Oh!
Ninja Warrior, tonight 9, 8 Central on NBC.
Looking for a better way to cool off this summer? Start with a trip to Wickersham Jewelry and receive a free Yeti cooler with your purchase of $1,500 or more during their Super Summer Jewelry event, June 28th through July 10th. Wickersham's has hundreds of engagement rings, wedding bands, earrings, bracelets, and necklaces in every style and gemstone. Take advantage of interest-free financing. Wickersham Jewelry. If you can dream it, we can make it.
Beautiful home near Land O'Lakes being sold to the highest bidder regardless of price. Sunday, June 27th. Contact Brass and St. Louis Auctions for more details.
The 2021 Bear Cupboard Run is June 26th. Half marathon, 5K run walk, and Kids Cubby Run. Please register online. Visit bearcupboardrun.org for more information. Did you know that approximately 45,000 women in the U.S. will die from breast or cervical cancer this year? The key to prevention and survival is early detection through regular screenings by mammogram and Pap test. Women aged 45 to 64 who are under or uninsured may be eligible for these tests through the Wisconsin Well Woman Program. For more information, call 715-369-6119. A message from the Oneida County Health Department and the Wisconsin Department of Health Services.
For people who are new to the show, this may be their first episode, Jeff, this is how we usually look, right?
That's how we roll, yes.
Yeah. So you're usually in the Hawaiian shirt, I got the suit.
Well, you know, it is the first day of summer, but it doesn't feel like it, so we have to make it kind of feel like it through the TV. So this Hawaiian shirt, I think, does that.
And Theo was able to celebrate as well. I don't know if our camera person can get a shot of Theo. He's sitting over there.
He's over there. He's hanging out.
He's pretty sleepy today,
He was under
Jeff.
my lawn chair when I was on the beach.
Okay, very nice.
Yeah, he's sleepy. We were at the dog park earlier today, which, by the way, if you don't, there's Theo kind of under my little set there. He's sleepy. We were at the park earlier, so he hung out with all of his friends this morning at the dog park, which, by the way, it rained on us at the dog park this morning, too, which is not always fun.
So I feel like it's just been a rainy Monday, a dreary Monday. I don't know if you relate to this comic, Jeff, but it seems like one of those Mondays where you just got your Monday face on, you know?
You know, I did walk through the newsroom earlier, and it felt like a Monday, didn't it? It felt like everybody's at their desk, kind of working hard, and everybody's like into it today. It did not feel like a Friday, but it is Monday, so it should feel like that way.
Mondays are about surviving, Jeff. I think you just got to survive in advance. Tuesday through Friday, that's when you thrive, I think. At least that's my philosophy.
Do you think so?
Yeah.
Like, you need Monday to kind of regroup from the weekend still, so you're not a very good producer on Mondays.
Well, I don't know about that. You got to keep expectations very low on Monday, because whatever you're able to do is a win. I think, in my opinion, it just gets good momentum.
Wednesday, you're at your prime. Thursday, you're thinking about Friday, and then, of course, Friday is Friday.
Well, I think Wednesday I'm thinking about Thursday, and Tuesday I'm thinking about Wednesday, so really there's no real
So what
day
if
for
the
me.
boss is watching? Should we only pay you then for Tuesday and Wednesday?
I think they should pay me double for Tuesday and Wednesday because I'm producing so much that day.
I like that idea.
But I think we should save that discussion for behind closed doors.
But no, this morning you were busy, though, early this morning. Where were you?
So I was in the border of Wisconsin and Michigan, the Menominee River. There's a proposed mine there. I'll be airing that later in the week, hopefully. And I do have a picture of a church that I drove by, Jeff, and it had one of the funniest signs I could think of. We are not Dairy Queen, but we have great Sundays. Isn't that fun?
That's a church. I love it.
Yeah, that's a church. I've never, usually it's kind of like, hey, we have service,
Probably
at
a more
10:30.
progressive church, right?
Right. I thought that was pretty funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we'll be talking about that later in the week. And we had a good weekend. We were at, what was that bar called again?
Oh, Crossroads.
Cross Country.
Cross
Country.
Yes.
Up on Highway 17. We watched the Bucks win. We have some highlights from that. Jeff, you and I, we're new fans of the Bucks. We became a part of the bandwagon, I think, on Friday.
Right.
So
remember when Nate came on the show and
right.
said, look for certain things. He said, look for defense.
Yep.
He said, look for, what, turnovers and what was the other thing?
I think Giannis Antetokounmpo, which we're still working on, and Chris Middleton are kind of second act behind
said, watch certain people, and we did.
We did.
So we went and watched the game with a bunch of our Newswatch 12ers, and, that was like a 3-point game the entire game.
Yeah, it was really close. I will say that the night got the better of us, Jeff. Neither of us could make it to the end at the bar.
We both checked out like 20 minutes prior to the game
Neither
ending,
of us are night owls. At least I'm not a night owl.
What's your bedtime, like 9?
Yeah, I try to get to bed
early. But that was a good time, so thank you, Cross Country Bar. That was a good time.
All right, well, we're going to go to break right now. Right after the break, we're going to check out my tour of the Langlade County Historical Museum. That'll be just in a few minutes.
Welcome to today's Elite Money Minute with the Elite Advisor Team.
Are you frustrated with your portfolio getting banged up because the current strategy doesn't follow the signals of the market?
The old buy and hold strategy used to work, but it has proven to not be as effective in making your retirement dreams a reality. Here at Elite Retirement Group, we are actively managing your unique portfolio.
It's a lot like when you see stoplights change. We always have our eyes on the road so we can apply the brakes at the right time, so your portfolio is not skidding through retirement.
When you're not actively managing your portfolio, it's like seeing a red light and driving right through it into a crash. Then you have to pay for repairs, and it's months later before you're back on the road.
In our Memories and Milestones roadmap, we explain how we actively manage your portfolio. So when there are obvious signs in the market, we adjust accordingly.
If you want to see what your portfolio looks like, actively managed, give our office a call at 800-469-2040 or visit on the web at retireidea.com.
Hi, I'm Katie from Featherstone Cabinetry and Design. When I want the local forecast in Minocqua, I go to WJFW.com and check my hometown weather.
Your hometown weather, available 24/7 at WJFW.com.
Your parents spent years taking care of you, but as the years go by, it becomes your turn to take care of them. This might mean trusting a nursing home, which promises to care for them as cherished loved ones. But if the nursing home you've chosen is not keeping their promise, we can help. If your parents have been injured in a nursing home, call Habish, & Rotier. We fight for what's right.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands,
one nation, under God, indivisible,
with liberty and justice for all.
If you've been watching Up North at 4, you know that we've had this How We Got Here series, and it's changed over the past few months. I used to be doing it through computer screens. Now we're actually going to museums. Today we are in the Langlade County Historical Museum, and it's also changed with the times. There's been a recent renovation that has totally redone the look of the interior of the museum. But we got to start on the outside of the museum because the building where the museum is located has some history just by itself. Okay, I'm right in front of the Langlade County Historical Museum with the Society's president, Joe Hermelin. Joe, it's good to meet you in person.
Yes, we've met online before, and great to see you in person.
And, you know, I always enjoy meeting a fellow skier.
Yes.
Joe has done 28 Birkebeiners, people,
Yeah,
so good for you.
I've been struggling always at the back of the pack, but I've enjoyed them all.
Just matters that you finish.
Yeah.
But let's talk about why we're here, Joe. And what's really special about this museum is the history of just the building behind it. So tell us about that building.
It was built as a Carnegie Library. It has a couple of claims to fame, I guess. It was built in 1905, funded by Carnegie, who funded many libraries actually throughout the world, many in the U.S. And the architect was a well-known architect in Madison, Wisconsin, the first professor of civil engineering when the university was formed. He designed this late in his career. Alan Conover was his name. And as I said, it opened in 1905. The second floor served various different purposes. It was a teacher's training school for a while. It even housed the Historical Society Museum for a while. And then the museum itself, the Historical Society, which existed since the 1920s, it moved around from various storefronts in town until 1997, when the city built a new library and the Historical Society decided they could take over this building, the entire building, and maintain it and run it as a museum. And they've been doing it. A group has been doing it since 1997. It's been a constant battle to repair it and to maintain it, but it's all been working very well. And we had the plan for many years to make it ADA compliant, handicapped accessible, and we finally, in this past year and a half, got going, and we built this new wing that's on this end of the building, which has an elevator, restrooms, and it's a really beautiful addition, I think, to the original building. The building itself is on the National Register of Historic Places.
Well, congratulations for the addition on the side.
Yeah, well, we're very pleased. There are a lot of people who did a lot of work on this, and fundraising especially.
Definitely. Well, while we're out here, Joe, I think we have to mention what's actually behind me right now.
Yes.
Tell me about this wooden building over here.
This log cabin was the first house in what would eventually become Antigo. It was built in 1877 by Francis de la Glise and some of his friends who constructed this cabin. He moved his family here from Appleton. He had fought in the Civil War, came back to Appleton. He was a surveyor and then and a timber cruiser. And he brought his family here. It's a small cabin. It's amazing to look at now, to think that he had his wife and 6 children moved into this house. This wasn't its original location. It stood a few blocks up the street on the banks of Spring Brook, which was the river that ran through here. That was their plumbing source. And in 1916, the cabin, by then vacated, was in the way of the building up of downtown. So the city decided to move it down here to the grounds of what was at that time the library. And people at the Wisconsin Historical Society have told me they think this is the first example of a community making an effort to preserve its history, the first in Wisconsin. And it's been moved around a little bit on the grounds here. It's been restored, and it's a big hit, especially with school groups, school kids who come here on tours. The cabin is one of the highlights.
So not only does Antigo have rich history, it has a rich history of preserving its history.
Yes, it does.
That
exactly.
is really neat. Well,
yeah.
Thank you for carrying on that tradition,
Okay.
Joe.
Well, I'm just part of a long tradition. and having
I know.
fun.
Well, I'm glad you're having fun. We're going to keep having fun on the show. Next time, we're going to stay outside of the museum. We're going to check out the train over there. We'll be right back.
Are you worried about going away to college this fall? What if you could get the same college experience closer to home? From the moment you step onto our campus to begin your bachelor's degree, we'll be there for you, supporting your dreams and saving you money. With NTC's new liberal arts transfer degree, you can start here and go anywhere, including a guaranteed transfer to UW-Madison. North Central Technical College. We're ready when you are.
Hit the green while taking in the beautiful backdrop of Michigan's Upper Peninsula. Young's Golf and Recreation has a challenging course for all skill levels. With scenic views and a sprawling landscape, you'll feel like you're on your own personal course. Enjoy the 19th hole at the Firebrick Bar and Grill for unique pub-style food and drinks. Keep the fun going over a weekend with a cabin and pontoon rental on Chicagoan Lake. Experience Young's Golf and Recreation and get away today.
The historic Rhinelander Cafe and Pub in downtown Rhinelander has been serving the Northwoods since 1911. With 32 craft beers on tap and supper club staples, Friday fish fry and Saturday prime rib, the Rhinelander Cafe and Pub also features more modern dishes like truffle fries and flatbread pizza. The large dining room provides plenty of space for an intimate surf and turf dinner or a family gathering over pasta. Stop in and enjoy a landmark in downtown Rhinelander, the Rhinelander Cafe and Pub on Brown Street.
My husband's parents were visiting, and I promised them a home-cooked meal, except my boss had a different idea. He tells me, hold your horses. I call my husband and I say, I'm slammed, and he's like, Quick Trip, and I'm like, bingo. At Quick Trip, I say, what's good tonight? And the Quick Trip guy is like, everything, but I go for the hand-breaded fried chicken, and I go, make that ×4. Being none the wiser, my mother-in-law is like, I always said she's a keeper. I'll run with that.
Quick Trip, we got you covered.
We're back on Up North at 4, continuing our tour of the Langlade County Historical Museum. Still here with Joe Hermelin. Joe, we got an impressive piece of history. Tell us about this.
Yes, this steam locomotive commemorates the role that the railroad played in Antigo's history. Antigo is kind of in the middle of nowhere. In the late 1800s, most of the traffic was along rivers, and there is a small river that runs through Antigo, but it wasn't significant enough for log drives and things like that. But when the railroad came in the 1880s, then Antigo took off. It was only a little cluster of homes at the time, but because you could ship goods in, people could come in and out by rail, then the city took off. The Chicago Northwestern, which eventually established itself here, buying out the Milwaukee, Lakeshore, and Western Railroad, which first came through here. And they made Antigo in around 1900, 1905. They made it the railroad hub for northern Wisconsin, for the Ashland Division, it was called. So that means this is, if you were coming from Milwaukee to Ashland, to the Michigan Upper Peninsula, to Minneapolis, here's where you change trains. Here's where they brought their locomotives for repairs. There was a huge ice house here where they stored ice from the lake just around the corner there. And so every air-conditioned car or refrigerated freight car for produce that ran through northern Wisconsin was refrigerated using ice from Antigo and stored in the Antigo ice house. So in the days of diesel, from about 1900 to the 1950s, the railroad was a major employer in Antigo. And I would say the majority of families living here had a family member working for the railroad. It was just such a predominant part. So the importance of the railroad began to decline in the 1950s as diesel was replacing steam locomotives. And now there's nothing really left of what used to be a major railroad hub, except for the depot, which has now been repurposed for apartments and commercial buildings, but it's still there. That's the only building left out of about 10 city blocks worth of buildings related to the railroad. And I think it was about 12 years ago, we bought this locomotive and restored it. It was quite a wreck at the time, as a sort of commemoration of the role that the railroad had in Antigo's history. And again, as with the cabin, this is a big hit with school kids who come here on field trips and visitors to Antigo. I'm surprised at how many kids, 8, 9-year-old kids, who probably have never even ridden on a railroad, are fascinated by this link to the past.
Well, I can understand, Joe, and it looks like you have steps so people can actually
they go
inside, which is really neat.
Yeah.
Okay, well, thanks so much, Joe.
Okay.
We're going to head inside the Langley County Historical Museum. Next time in the show, we'll see you right after the break.
We want to see your big old fish. Go to WJFW.com, click on Big Old Fish under the Contest tab, and upload a photo of you and your latest catch. Then make sure your friends and family watch Newswatch 12 Friday evenings at 6 and 10, and Mondays on Newswatch 12 Today to see your photo featured on our Big Old Fish segment. Not only do you get to show off your superior fishing skills, you're also entered to win a fish mount from Norling Taxidermy Studio. Newswatch 12's Big Old Fish is brought to you by Kurt's Island Sports Shop in Minocqua.
Northland Basement Systems is the all things basementy company. Basement waterproofing, basement finishing, basement structural repair, humidity and mold control, and nasty crawl spaces too. When it comes to basement solutions, nobody does it better than we do. Since 1991, homeowners just like you in the Northland have trusted Northland Basement Systems for all things basementy in their homes. Call Northland Basement Systems today to schedule a free home evaluation.
Don't lose sleep by choosing a mattress from just any store. Instead, visit the experts at your one-stop sleep shop. Hi, I'm Kristen from Sleep Central. We're the only store in the Northwoods to carry all of the name brands like Beautyrest, Sealy, Tempur-Pedic, Stearns & Foster, and Serta, and all are ready for immediate delivery. We guarantee you'll find the perfect mattress at the perfect price. We also have a huge selection of bedding, futons, and accessories. We know how important sleep is, so stop on by and sleep better today. Sleep Central in Minocqua. Better sleep, pain-free, that's our promise.
Update your bathroom and get 11% off everything at Menards. Save on over 600 faucets from Moen in the store and on Menards.com. Moen faucets are built to last in the latest styles. Save 11% on all Moen bath faucets. Get a large and modern shower with Sterling. These showers, tubs, and doors are durable, easy to clean, and now all 11% off. Save 11% on everything at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Race fans, get ready to kick off summer at the big house of off-road racing. Crandon International Off-Road Raceway welcomes the 28th Forest County Potawatomi Community Cup Challenge, June 26th and 27th. Come for a day or stay for a weekend of camping, fun, and racing. As always at Crandon, great food, drinks, and good times. Visiting the largest off-road track in the world. Free all day Friday, $40 daily or $55 for the entire weekend. Kids 11 and under are free, and seniors 65 and older are $25.
This portion of News Watch 12 is brought to you by Kitchen Bath Mart.
Jeff, it was strange waking up to some cold temperatures. Will those be gone tomorrow?
Still below average tomorrow, with highs back in the mid-60s, but mid-70s are in the forecast Wednesday. And once those get here, we should stay there through the weekend.
Okay, I'll look forward to that. We'll see you next time, and we'll see you at 5 and 6 as well.